Joining us on the Mercedes-Benz Vans phone line is a top-notch runner and big-time touchdown scorer in the National Football League for the 7-6 Los Angeles Chargers after beating the Miami Dolphins on Sunday Night Football. Austin Ekeler back here on the Rich Eisen Show. How you doing, Austin?
I'm doing well, Rich. Thanks for having me on, man.
Let's jump right into this, Austin. What is it like when it's 4th and goal from the 1 and you hear the number 30 called in the huddle and you break it? And what's going through your mind like that moment on Sunday night, Austin?
Yeah. You know, when you're in the flow of the game, so to speak, you really get really hyper focused on playing the game and your fundamentals and what you practice and things like that. So, you know, the crowd's going crazy. There's time that, you know, between going up and getting up to the line, it all kind of just slows down, so to speak, and you really just focus on, okay, my steps, where I'm going, my aiming points, all of those things, and really the crowd is kind of not even existing in my mind at the moment, and it's just really a surreal feeling that you can't really simulate anywhere else, especially, you know, we had that on the goal line right before the half. And it's like, all right, 4th and 1, we're calling, you know, basically running off tackle to the left, right? And I'm like, okay, this is it. This is for us to basically get a 2-score lead going into half, which is obviously big, and then get the ball back coming out. So it was a pretty special moment.
Well, what about now, looking back on it, certainly knowing your quarterback, how talented he is, and you've got Mike Williams back at it now, and same thing with Keenan Allen, the number of options that the Chargers and Joe Lombardi can pick are too many to mention, even though I just named a few, and they choose you. What does that mean?
Yeah, you know, it's a big honor. You know, it's something that I've been building up over the years to, you know, basically try to instill trust in, you know, my offense and in our coaching staff, and it's taken a long time, but I feel like I've built that over the years, and so, you know, Coach Staley said that, you know, that 4th and 1 was a no-brainer. We were going for it. And then, you know, for Joe to call up my number in the goal line package, which has been a thing with me in the past. Like, is Austin going to get the goal line reps or not, right? But sure enough, number 30's out there, and we were able to get it done. And so, you know, I think it just goes to show that I'm continuing to build trust in my team and my coaches.
So for those who may not know, where does the guitar celebration come from? What is that?
I'm looking at my guitar right now, actually.
Oh.
I've been learning the guitar, so now I got a few little riffs out there that I've been working on. And man, it really is that feeling of just being a rock star. I feel like on stage when you're in the end zone, you know, it's a special feeling. Everyone's going crazy. There's good feelings going through, you know, your entire team. And I feel like that's the same feeling of rocking out on stage during your favorite song in front of, you know, thousands of people. And so that's why I hit the guitar in the end zone, because I feel like it's that same energy.
Well, it seems, Austin, that having that game placed in front of the whole country and everybody seeing what this offense can look like when everybody from you, again, and Herbert, and I just mentioned the 2 receivers who are out there, the 2, you know, that Mike Williams and Allen, and we also know the other guys who catch the football on your team. To see you all healthy like that as one, that it just kind of felt different on Sunday night, taking care of the Dolphins from your end of things. What about you? How did that feel to you, that win?
Yeah, you know, when we have all of our playmakers available for Justin to throw the ball to, it takes a big lift off of, you know, putting a lot of emphasis in hey, we have to have success in the run game. Or Austin, you know what, you're going to have to carry us. Like, having these guys that have made plays for us consistently over the past, and having them out there makes a huge difference. And you were able to see that last night. You know, some huge catches from Mike Williams and Keenan both out there. And then we had Corey Lindsley back, our center, who was out last week. That all of that makes a massive difference in just how we're able to operate and elevates our play of consistency and big play-making ability, which is what the NFL is about. It's about making plays consistently. And when you lose those guys, you lose some of our consistency. And so having them back is definitely going to be advantageous for us making this playoff run to end the season here.
Austin Ekeler here on the Rich Eisen Show, fresh off another touchdown and another big game for the Chargers with a big W on Sunday Night Football. What's your relationship with LaDainian, LT, like, Austin?
Man, so me and LT, we've crossed paths many times over the past few years. And, as he's transitioned more into, the community phase of his life and, continuing to build things outside of football, we'll come across each other's paths in a community event here and there. But that's pretty much the extent of it. It's been really just based off of the organization keeping him around, which has obviously, been where I've been. So we've crossed paths there. But anytime I get a chance to just sit and chat with him, it's always a good time to catch up because I know he's doing some amazing things. And, obviously he's in the reporting, and now he's, doing sideline reporting. So I'll chat with him in interviews every once in a while.
So, yeah, I know because they were talking about him on Sunday night, him being there, and how, you are scoring touchdowns at a clip similar in many ways to when he was there starting out, too. And I'm wondering what you think of when you hear stuff like that, Austin.
I mean, this guy scored like 28 touchdowns this season, so I got some bigger shoes to continue to fill. But you know what? I'm doing my best. My career's not over, so maybe we'll hit a 28er. But right now, just taking it one season at a time.
I like it. Austin Ekeler here on the Rich Eisen Show. So what about the rest of this season and how you guys can finish? What is the conversation that you are having? Obviously, the division might be too tall an order. The Chiefs are right there on the verge of clinching it. But what about from here on out, Austin?
We've been in a lot of tough games this year that haven't been like, dominant wins, but we've really battled at every single game we've been against, regardless of who it is, which could be seen as a good or bad thing, depending on if it's like your team, this is the team that has the worst record. But if you really understand the NFL, you realize that records really don't mean anything. And so what it comes down to for us, and what I'm looking forward to us, in the end of this season here is getting some of our playmakers back, as we saw last game, and then just continuing to have consistency within those guys. Because if we're able to do that, if we're able to keep guys healthy, we'll have a much better shot of, securing our own spot. Right now we control our destiny, and it comes down to us winning all of our games. I feel like we're in the playoff position right now where it's like, hey, we got to continue to win out, and I believe we can do that. It starts one at a time, absolutely, in this league. And if we have our playmakers healthy, guess what? We're going to have a great shot. I'm liking our odds.
What's your favorite Herbert story? Give me your best one, Austin Ekeler. Your favorite Justin Herbert story. Yes, sir. You got one for me?
Wow. On the spot.
Whether it shows off who he is or how incredible an athlete he is or how chill he is. I'm giving you a little bit of time to think about it. Go through your mental Rolodex here for the story. You got a good one for him?
Yeah, I think this one really stands out to me, and it goes down to his composure and the way he is consistent. And I think the biggest display of that was our last game, which I'll never forget, of 2021 against the Raiders. And we went on this drive to send it into overtime and converted on like 6 fourth downs in a row. And this man was not going to be stopped. Like he was going to give us an opportunity to go make plays. The guys that got the opportunities went down and made those plays, and he was just making it happen. And so that we've seen that, like we saw that a little bit in that our last drive to go get that field goal to go up by 2 scores. Like that is Justin Herbert. That's what's going to make him special. He's going to give you a chance.
So did he say anything in the huddles at any of?
No. See,
nothing.
See, this man, he's not a big talker. He's gonna get the boys rallied on the sideline. He'll be saying, just the cliche like, "Hey boys, let's go, get it going, right? Keep us up, keep us alert." But he's just going to go out there and play. That's what he wants to do. He wants to go out there and play. And so guess what we do? We go out there and play, and we know he's going to give us a chance. Because that's how he is. We know that's his personality. So when he's in that mode, we're like, okay, yep, this is what we expect.
Now, I know you just mentioned going for it on fourth downs in the last game of last season. Obviously, that was out of necessity. Your head coach goes for it on a lot of fourth downs. You're a video game guy. Do you think sometimes Brandon Staley is calling a game like it's a video game? You ever think about that?
Like it's a video game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't really play Madden at all. So I don't know if you're going for a lot of Madden or something.
Oh, okay. So what is your video game? Again, I'm not on Twitch. I don't do that.
So I don't play really any video games on Twitch anymore. I'm doing I have like a game show on there now. Made a kind of a transformation of my community engagement on Twitch. And
okay.
It's more so in a different realm. But does he go for it? Look, for me, it's like it's a risk reward, and it's like, you can be conservative, you can be aggressive, and you get to decide. And as a head coach, guess what? That's on your shoulders. And if you trust your players, which I hope he does, he can be aggressive. That doesn't mean you have to be aggressive if you trust your players. But he is, and that's the way he wants to play, and that's the way he wants to coach his team and make the decisions. And so that's up for him. For me, I don't care what he wants to do, because whatever he calls, if my number's out there, I just need to make sure I'm in a position where I can do the best for him and have his back.
But do you ever in a huddle go, damn, are we really going for it here? Like, do you have that? Never.
If we're going out, we went for it on 4th and 9 at the beginning of last year one time, and I'm like, yeah, let's freaking go. Like, I'm on the field, we got to do it. Like I have no choice. Like, he gets paid to coach, I get paid to go out there and execute. I really don't have an opinion on the 4th down calls and things like that. And if I did, guess what? It really doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, Austin Ekeler. So what are you doing video game wise? Anything else you want to talk about? What you're up to these days? What are you up to off the field?
What I've really been up to is I've been developing an app for the past year and a half, and that kind of stemmed from my Gridiron Gaming Group company that I had. Basically, I was able to help a lot of different athletes and influencers build on top of their brand and leverage ourselves.
Yep.
And it was only in the gaming space, but I've basically backed up and repositioned where we can help anyone that has a community. And that's this app I've been working on. It's called Experience, spelled EKS instead of EX.
Okay.
P. And so I've been working on that. And basically what it is it's a way for people to engage in more meaningful ways. Like, you can get things signed from people. You can have engagements on social media, video chats, gaming, item stores. Like, basically an influential person can go on there and set up an account and offer customized offerings to their community that they can go and engage on.
Okay. I knew there was. You're always a fascinating guy to talk to. You're always got something going on. I figured I'd ask you, and I love that it starts with an EK. Experience.
Yeah,
I like. Well, you could do that. You could do a lot with that. With the taking out the EX and put in the EK. Like, you're excellent, right? You're an excellent scorer. Excellent.
Yes.
Right. Okay. I'm trying to think what else. This is what
extension.
I like it. Yeah, contract extension. How about that? You could throw that out there.
I like that one.
I bet you do. Yeah, we're trying to help. And I always try to help, and especially having you on, and I appreciate you coming on. It's very rare that I speak directly to somebody so close to that individual being the specific one to beat me in fantasy for the week, which your touchdown on 4th and 1 did. Might have actually cost me a spot in the playoffs, Austin, but
oh no,
that's okay.
Hey, that's how it goes, man.
I know.
That's how it goes.
It is how it goes, but it's testing my professional fortitude right now. But you're just such a great guy to talk to. I don't particularly.
Well, look, you better make sure you pick me up next year, then.
I will do that. I will just say that this has been an excellent conversation, and fascinating to chat with you after such a big win. Because like I said, it does feel like this is something you can build off of. And this team was, I think, in search of something for that over the last 4 to 6 weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we have been. We have been very much so. I couldn't have said it any better.
And with possibly an opportunity to see Kansas City one more time. Do you guys even openly discuss that sort of thing, or no?
Yeah, that's been something Coach Staley said before the season. Like, you're gonna have to beat this team 3 times, or you're gonna see them at least 3 times. And you got to beat them. One of those. To continue your season. So
that's right.
Yeah, we're ready for that.
All right, and your next opponent is a team that is in desperate need of a win. You and Derrick Henry, could you guys be? That would be a heck of a night, right? If you outrun and outscore Derrick Henry,
It's going to be. That's going to be the challenge. Outrun. I don't know. That's my game. compared to his.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely gonna, be I feel like in that category over the season as it goes. But I'm gonna try to be efficient with whether I'm catching the ball or running the ball.
Come on now, you've got a stiff arm in you, don't you, Austin? You
got a stiff arm, but it's about a foot shorter than his.
Well, I look forward to that game, Austin. Thanks for the time right here, and look for more of my phone calls, and congrats on everything that's going on with you in your life, sir.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate the opportunity.
You got it. That's Austin Ekeler, who beat the Dolphins and my fantasy team in the same week, right here on The Rich Eisen Show. Catch The Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.